Do we have news to talk about regarding Hyliion stock? It's down 12% today. Hyliion is one of my higher conviction plays, yet it's getting absolutely destroyed. We're going to talk about the multiple factors that are pushing Hyliion down, but I believe this is a short-term phenomenon, and Hyliion will get out of this alive and better for it. And although it's really hard, I'm continuing to buy the dip, even though I'm down overall like 50% on this position. Just going to be completely honest, I have around like 100 shares of Hyliion stock. I'm going to be adding more, of course, on this dip. And let's talk about this move today. So thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is Adam. Please feel free to subscribe if you enjoy the video, as well as for more stock related content. I like to talk about my winners as well as my losers, and Hyliion is definitely a loser right now. We also talk about it on the Discord, so feel free to check out the Sinofsky Stocks Discord server. There's a link down below, totally free. But basically, just to put it simply, one of the main reasons that Hyliion is down is UBS. Someone from UBS named Stephen Fisher just put a sell rating on Hyliion, and I mean it's down by 12%. But I mean, like, you also have to consider, look at the analyst ranking out of 7,700 analysts. Right, his ranking is really low. It's like 4,000. It's probably like in the bottom 25th percentile of analyst rankers. So you also have to, take that into account. I don't even know what UBS is. But yeah, initiated today, October 11th. Sell rating, current target is $6 right now, or sorry, $5, where right now Hyliion is trading at just under $7. So yeah, not a very nice move of Hyliion today. On top of that, I think there's other external factors. People are getting very, very impatient with Hyliion because they don't have a huge amount of revenue at the moment, and investors, especially for SPAC plays like Hyliion, get impatient and start to sell when maybe things are a little bit delayed. But we're going to be talking about all of that, as well as the increased prices of natural gas and compressed natural gas, which Hyliion is sort of supposedly operating out of, or that's like a big part of their business model, is taking advantage of natural gas prices, and they're sort of more environmentally friendly than just like gasoline, or crude oil. So yeah, not really a nice way to wake up this morning. But yeah, basically this analyst, and the way that they do analyst rankings is they take their previous recommendations and they see how often that the stock price improved or went down after an analyst rating in the span of, I don't know how long the time span is, but maybe a couple of months, if they were right or wrong basically on their expectations. So take this with a grain of salt, because no one knows what the stock is going to do, especially in the long term. So yeah, but that I think is the main news here. And I mean, like, the 1 month chart is not doing any better for Hyliion, down 19% over the past month, or the past 6 months down 30%, year to date down 55%, over the past 1 year down 76%. Like, it's just ridiculous. All time it's down 29%. Of course, the pre-SPAC price was $10 a share, went all the way up to 400% to like around $50. And then coming all the way back down 86% since the highs of $50 a share. And it went up way too fast, way too soon, as a lot of retail investors kind of pumped this baby up, and then it kind of fell from there. So, I mean, if you sold here, congratulations. And if you bought back down here, I mean, congratulations. Hopefully it'll come back up. But I do believe Hyliion does stand out in what it has to offer to the electrification of cars and trucks industry. So, I mean, I guess, if you don't know, Hyliion basically is a maker of Class 8 electric/hybrid powertrains. So basically the things that power trucks. And this is a huge deal because the main issue right now is, for truckers, the very long time it takes to charge a truck battery if it's fully electric, as well as the lack of power that some of these electric powertrains have. So Hyliion has not only a hybrid solution that can basically retrofit existing Class 8 trucks, but it also has a fully electric solution that it's basically working on. So yeah, that's basically Hyliion in a nutshell, and I think that's their competitive advantage over something like a Tesla Semi. It's going to take them a while to actually. Well, they said they were going to produce Tesla Semis like last year, I believe, and they didn't come out with that yet. And Hyliion is also behind schedule. I'm sure the supply chain bottlenecks don't help at all, but that's why I bought into Hyliion. And I think, if I like this stock at I think I started buying at at $20 a share. I really like it at under $7 a share. But it's always hurts to keep buying when you're so much in the red already. So, but again, if you're a long-term investor, just look at what Charlie Munger did with Alibaba. He bought when it was around $240 a share. Let's just look at Baba's stock quickly. He bought when it was at around $240 a share to $220. He bought a lot of shares in that position, and if he bought let's say $220, it was down by 26-30%. He actually doubled down on his position. He increased his number of shares by 84% since he initially bought. So your cost average goes way down, and if you believe in the company in the long run, then you should just continually buy. Okay, and Alibaba is still cheap even despite this 16% move over the past week and a half. So right now company's valued at $1.1 billion. And we're going to take a look at a couple of things. Right now, if you're looking at the interactive stock chart, it's getting absolutely just decimated, just riding the lower Bollinger Band. This red candle is completely below the lower Bollinger Band, which means definitely oversold territory. If I'm just going to minimize this here, 31 is the relative strength index, and anything that's basically 30, even 40 and below is basically oversold. So looking at the MACD, maybe there's be a little bit more selling pressure, so you could get it at around maybe, $6.50 a share. But anything under $7, that's you can buy a lot of that, especially out of an analyst ranking. Come on, I think this move is definitely overplayed. And it's there's a lot of comments, a lot of people viewing, a lot of people disappointed, a lot of people holding the bag and wondering if they should sell. But again, if you have a long-term view, you should really like the stock price at $7, especially if it's an outsider saying that, oh yeah, I'm just going to slap a $5 buy rating or sell rating on this. If it's something with a company's fundamentals that changed, then maybe this move would be warranted and kind of look a little sus. But especially if it's just a sell rating from an analyst that's way low down, I don't know. So a lot of people are obviously angry, and a lot of people invested a lot of money, especially when it was $30, $40 a share. So they're hurting. And even their recent news is not bad. It's Hyliion announced his launch of improved hybrid powertrain solution, Hybrid EX. They announced a battery module not long ago that was really, really good and improved and basically was safer. It charged in 8 minutes, I think up to 80%. It was a decent size. So, this is all what you're looking for when you're investing in a company. Now it's just they have to deliver their product. They have what's called the Hypertruck ERX Council, which is a board of these large-scale industrial Class 8 movers of goods and services, and they're checking out Hyliion's products. And what I've seen is that they have been positive reviews. Another indicator is insider selling. So let's just look at the overall numbers of shares bought and sold by insiders. So this is by the board of directors, like Thomas Healy, so the CEO, CFO, et cetera, et cetera. So in the past 12 months, in the past 3 months, 5 million shares have been bought compared to 1 million shares have been sold. So to me is a good sign, because insiders are buying more shares than they're selling. In the past 3 months, we've seen what Hyliion stock do in the past 3 months. Just, right here, absolutely down. So they're taking advantage of this dip, and they keep on buying more. So, that's a good sign to me. And that's what I like to see compared to number of shares sold, 1 million. So in total, there were net 4 million shares bought and 1 million shares sold. Sorry, 5 million shares bought, 1 million shares sold, for a net buying activity of 4 million shares within the past 3 months. So that gives me pretty good confidence of Hyliion and what its potential is, especially since the board of directors thinks that it's going to go somewhere. Again, what's not helping is the natural gas index. if you don't know, there's a massive power shortage in terms of natural gas, compressed natural gas, just oil in general. In Europe right now, there's sort of like a crisis going on there, and we can see that in the 1-year chart of natural gas. It went from like $2.60 all the way right now is like even above $6 before going back down. So it's just like, whew, like that's quite the change. And I mean, you can't just stop heating your home in the winter, right? And so can you imagine what will happen in the winter when there's going to be even more demand for natural gas? Like people are going to have to start outputting more oil, or there's going to be even greater crisis. Governments right now are trying to subsidize the price of compressed natural gas. So that also might be playing into the current fear in Hyliion stock. And if you're looking at the overall markets, they're actually not doing too bad. Up 0.4%, the S&P, Dow is up 0.43%, NASDAQ up 0.5%. So like, I mean, this negative 11% move, if it was a down day, might have even been like negative 15, negative 20% or so. If the stock market is in the red, expect Hyliion to be even doing worse than that. So let's just follow the price. I know it hurts. 1-year target estimate is even $11.75, so way above this here. But if you believe in a company like Hyliion, you just kind of got to wait it out. And I mean, this is a high risk, high reward play, right? If you're not comfortable with that, then you shouldn't be investing in companies like Hyliion in the first place. Invest in railroads, right? They give you a decent return. They pay a dividend, but it's just, if you want those multi-bagger returns, you're going to have to sometimes hurt, and be willing to lose most of your money. So that's a lesson in and of itself, right? Even look at my NET holding. I'm down 50% on that. There are a couple positions that I'm down quite big on, but because I have conviction, I'm able to hold through this. So all I'm saying is, stay strong. Don't invest money you're not willing to lose. Take care of yourselves. Please give this video a like, subscribe if you haven't already. Support me on Patreon if you'd like to. Check out my free Discord. All of those links are down below in the description. Happy Thanksgiving if you're Canadian. Shout out to my family back in Ontario. Can't wait to see them for Christmas. Finally, have a fantastic day. Peace.